So here we are, it's all ending with just 2 matches remaining, the third place playoff and the main event. The storylines, the stats, the strengths, weaknesses, and where the match will be won and lost will all be covered in this video. Hello guys, thank you for joining me once again. It's great to have you back. If you're new, you're a little late to the party, but more than welcome all the same. Guys, let's get started. Didn't expect me to go here, did you? I'll be quick about it though. More giving a reason as to why I won't be long about it. The third place playoff is a difficult match to preview because you never know how each team is going to handle it. Sometimes squads are heavily rotated to give other players some minutes. Other times, they treat the match completely seriously. Sometimes teams seem like they really want to win. Other times, it seems like they don't care, like they don't want to be there. But the fact of the matter is, well, both sides won't want to be there as they would much rather be playing 24 hours later, or 22, if we're being precise. They're both teams who genuinely could have won the World Cup, so the vibe of this match will be interesting. For example, if England are to win, what does that really change for Thomas Tuchel as far as the criticisms that have been lodged against him following the collapse against Argentina? Not much for a team who had, winning tournament as their aspiration, right? It won't change much. For France, they may have motivation to send Didier Deschamps off with a win, as this will be his final match as the head coach of the French national team. It's pretty crazy how close he was to making a World Cup final in every World Cup he coached in. Not a bad record. No matter what you thought of his tactics in the past, he is 100% a massive legend for France, considering he helped them to their first World Cup as a player in 1998 and their second World Cup as a coach in 2018. So hopefully we're treated to a great match. Sometimes it's really great, the third place playoff, as both sides have nothing to lose, so they really go for it. Sometimes it's genuinely one of the more entertaining matches of the tournament, honestly. Mbappe still has the golden boot to play for. Olise could try to lock up most assists. Messi is the competition for both of them, actually. As far as my guess go, my guess is France win this and just see it as England losing to the elites of the world, so my guess is that would happen again. The supercomputer, who has some making up to do, has France as the favorites at 44.8% to England's 32.4%. And so the main event. For the first time since the world rankings were introduced in 1992, the number 1 and number 2 teams will face off in a World Cup final. And meetings between these two in competitive fixtures have been few and far between. Spain and Argentina were, of course, supposed to meet in the Finalissima this March, but that was postponed. We may never see that game. Who knows? But also, maybe, who cares? In a way, considering we get to see them play in a World Cup final now. Anything else feels like small potatoes compared to this, because it kind of is, right? But previously, the only other competitive fixture between the two was back in 1966, a group stage match that saw Argentina win 2-1, Spain were grouped, Argentina went out against England in the quarterfinals. Now, the last time they met was in a 2018 friendly, where Spain smashed Argentina 6-1. Isco got a hat-trick in that one. Messi was not present. So taking a quick look at the records for each team and how they got here, just to refresh our memories a bit. Spain, of course, opened the tournament with a 0-0 draw with Cabo Verde, the match that saw Vozinha become an international star overnight. They then got wins over Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, Austria, and Portugal, until this point, not conceding a single goal in the tournament. Then against Belgium, they finally conceded, but still won 2-1, and of course, defeated France 2-0. The most comfortable 2-0 of 2-0s you will ever see, by the way. Comfy, cozy control throughout. Argentina's record is actually better than Spain's in that they have won every single game, but the manner in which they have done so has been wild. They started with 3 comfortable victories over Austria, Algeria, and Jordan in the group stage, but were sent reeling against Cabo Verde, requiring extra time to overcome the people's champs of this tournament, 3-2. Then they nearly required extra time against Egypt as well, but came back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 in the final moments of the match. Against Switzerland, they needed extra time once again, winning 3-1 against a Swiss side that was down to 10 men from the 72nd minute onward. And against England, they had to come from behind once again to get another late win to make the World Cup final. In all 4 of Argentina's matches in the knockout rounds, they have required late Goals. Yes, any goal scored in extra time counts as a late goal for me. In their previous 3 matches, they have had to come from behind as well. Spain, on the other hand, saw Unai Simon with 5 consecutive clean sheets and a record 650 minutes without conceding a goal. Compared to the exhilarating chaos of Argentina's matches, Spain's have been much more low-key. They've controlled most matches and defended through possession and their counter-press. The best attack in the world, that being France's attack, couldn't get a sustained spell of pressure or passing patterns of play due to said counter-press. I'd say that was Spain's top performance probably, the one where everyone said, right, okay, they really are that good, aren't they? For Argentina, I think their standout match was probably against Egypt. You could say England as well, I guess, but to come back from 2-0 down and to win 3-2 in stoppage time before going to extra time, that was something special to witness. Funnily enough, they have both played Austria and Cabo Verde. Spain drew 0-0 with Cabo Verde, while Argentina beat them 3-2 in extra time. Argentina beat Austria 2-0, while Spain beat them 3-0. Some top performers for each side and guys that will have to continue to be at their very best for their country to succeed. Let's go over those now. Lamine Yamal has been relatively quiet on the goals and assists front, but he has still played an important role. He will at times stretch the opposition's back line by going close to the touchline, which opens up space for Olmo and sometimes even Pedro Porro to attack in that inside right channel. Alternatively, he can step inside for the opposite effect. But I think the 2, let's make it 3 most impressive performers for me from Spain have been the following. Rodri is back to his best, or at least something close to it, as the most dominant holding midfielder in the world at the moment, breaking up play, protecting the back line, spraying passes around, just been superb in this tournament. Cubarsí has really impressed me in this tournament as well, as he has looked so assured next to Aymeric Laporte, and playing in a system where he isn't getting caught out so often, like at Barcelona, he looks great. Surely that flick system has made him a better defender, as it adds to his tool belt. Of course it does, but you're really getting to see the best of Cubarsí in Spain's setup now. And the other one, Unai Simon. I feel for David Raya, as I'm sure those who don't really watch La Liga were at first mystified as to how someone else could be picked ahead of him, but Unai Simon has certainly answered those questions for them by now, I would think. It's not just his shot-stopping ability, but it's how he commands the box. It's how he reads the game and plays as a sweeper keeper to cut off through balls. He gets down to cut off cutbacks and low crosses. He's dominant in the air when it comes to collecting crosses or punching them clear. He is a big reason why Spain are so good defensively. Shout out Mikel Merino for having the clutch gene as well. Shout out Pedro Porro for his superb performances. Oyarzabal for continuing to be so underappreciated. I mean, there's plenty of guys that you could point to in this team. For Argentina, the big one, I think it's very obvious. Lionel Messi is having not just a great World Cup by anyone's standards, but by his own lofty standards, as he is a massive improvement on the 2022 version of himself. At 39 years old, he's playing better than in 22. He has 8 goals to 7 last time, and none of them have been penalties. He has 4 assists, last time he had 3. He's created 26 chances to his 21 last time and has 24 successful dribbles compared to his 15 at the 22 World Cup. That is an absolutely unbelievable improvement. He's carrying the ball more, he's creating more, he's scoring more. He's doing everything better, essentially. The other one who has been clutch for Argentina, Lautaro Martinez, an insurance goal against Switzerland. The game-winning goal against England, the assist to Enzo Fernandez for the winner against Egypt. He has come on late in these matches, and he has provided. He's not the first name on the team sheet, but he continues to deliver for Argentina off of the bench. Just unreal, and someone Scaloni will certainly look to bring on late in the final. And of course, Enzo Fernandez has been quite good as well. A lot of credit to him and the important goals that he has scored, but the big name I want to give love to is Cuti Romero. Once again, against England, he was absolutely dominant and has been the leader at the back for Argentina. Where their fullbacks have faltered, in my opinion, Romero and Lisandro Martinez have stood strong, putting in important tackles all over the pitch, cutting things off before they can become a threat, and Romero has been the leader at the back for that. I think for Spain, it's obvious what their strengths are. Well, for both, it's pretty obvious. But for Spain, the defense and the records they have produced there, using their possession game as both a weapon in the attack and a defensive shield. The other team can't score if they don't have the ball, right? That's essentially what they do. Their press is aggressive, they are direct in wide areas, which opens up the middle for their creative attackers, and they have also played less football, no extra times in the knockout rounds, and they have had an extra day of rest as well. As for Argentina, their mentality is absolutely their strongest point. They have talent, obviously, tons of it, but their winning mentality and their belief that they can always save themselves from a sticky situation has seen them do some unbelievable things in this tournament. And you start to see this phenomenon happen, which we saw with Bayer Leverkusen in the past, right? When you are associated with these late goals, these late pushes, teams know that their job is going to get more difficult late in the match. They may start to panic, sit back more, invite more pressure subconsciously as they fear they will be another victim, and then it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You invite that kind of pressure from a top team like Argentina and they will punish you. But on top of that, there's the Messi factor, which doesn't need to be explained, where his lack of running is covered by the midfield, and the fact that no matter the game state, they have two great options in Alvarez and Lautaro. As for weaknesses, Spain, they don't have many, but Spain hasn't had to come back from a goal down yet, as they haven't trailed in a single match this tournament. So what happens if Argentina scores first? I'd say that's the biggest thing that we don't have an answer to yet. And for Argentina, they have slow starts and they have defensive lapses throughout the game that a team like Spain can absolutely punish. And if they lose the lead, then Spain will not go into a deep block and give Argentina the ball. They'll do the opposite. Keep the ball, starve Argentina of possession, make them chase shadows. In fact, that last bit is one of the big things to watch in this game. If Spain scores first, that's a big problem for Argentina, not just because of Spain's record in this tournament with 6 wins from 6 matches that they have scored first in, every match that they've scored in beside Cabo Verde, but how they will then put Argentina into a ball-chasing penitentiary as they keep possession. Another important aspect is how Spain will deal with Messi, and this is where I am looking at Rodri. He will look to erase Messi, but that is a very, very difficult proposal. Messi has shown each and every game in this World Cup that he can wriggle free from anyone's grasps, and the more Rodri follows, the more he'll likely float to the right flank. If we want to go big talent for big talent, Yamal offers a quandary for Argentina as well. Tagliafico taking on Lamine Yamal is a terrifying proposition for Argentinians. The man will be 34 soon, and Morgan Rogers had quite a bit of joy playing on that right flank as a guy who is a predominantly left-sided attacker, actually. Now put a pacey, incredibly technically gifted 19-year-old on that flank, and there will be problems that will necessitate doubling up on Yamal. But as we talked about, doing so will open up the middle of the pitch for Olmo or Porro to play through, so finding a balance and a way to cover that will be paramount for Argentina. So, finally, what do we think will happen? The supercomputer says that Spain has a 43.6% chance to Argentina's 30.1% chance. A draw is at 26.3% at full time, which is one of the highest draws we've seen in the knockout rounds. Here's how I see it. If the match is still level from the 70th minute onward, then that benefits Argentina. No team has shown to be more dangerous in the final 15 to 20 minutes of a match than Argentina, and that will play on the minds of Spain as well. Spain will benefit most if this match resembles the France match. Total control from Spain, Rodri locking down the areas that Messi occupies, Argentina never getting that chaotic game state that they seemingly thrive in, and just a goal would likely do it for Spain to become world champions. I can't wait for this one, and I hope we get some fireworks late on with a thoroughly entertaining match. That's what I care about the most. If I had to pick a winner to lean towards, it would be Spain and their total control. But what do you guys think? Are Spain getting the second star? Are Argentina getting their fourth? Let me know below. I hope you enjoyed this preview. I tried to make it as fully fleshed out as possible, and I didn't mention the Lamine Yamal and Messi bath shoot one time. For that alone, I think this deserves a like. I'm kidding, kind of. Anyways, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.